Welcome to the ninth episode of the Chirpin podcast. I know it's not Monday, and that's because I have added another day to the schedule. I did this because there was a lot to talk about within a week, so I figured I'd break it down. So I would cover each series as they go along throughout the season. So that's what I decided to do here. I hope you guys enjoy. First thing I want to get into is the unfortunate passing of Octavio Dotel. He um he was a veteran baseball player, played 15 seasons in the league, and on Tuesday, unfortunately, died from the injuries he sustained when he was at the Jet Set nightclub and the roof caved in. He was initially discovered alive, but in their effort and pursuit to save him, he had passed away on the way to the hospital. Octavio Dotel played a single season with the Cardinals, but it was a very important season. It was 2011, and we picked him up from the Toronto Blue Jays at the trade deadline, where in the regular season, he had pitched 24 innings and a 1.57 FIP, and he posted a ERA at 3.28. That FIP was very impressive, though. In 2011, he was averaging almost 12 strikeouts per nine over those 24 innings with a 115 ERA plus. And his whip was pretty good, too, at the 0.8. He helped lead the Cardinals down the stretch in August into the playoffs. And in the playoffs, he shined even more. He was a lock. He pitched 10 innings, which was the most in his career in the postseason. He had a 2.61 ERA with a 2.44 FIB and a zero point 0.6 WHIP, and his strikeouts per nine were over 12. You really can't get much better than that in the postseason for a reliever. I mean, you can, but it's not likely. He had 14 strikeouts in 10 innings pitched. He walked. See how many he walked. Curious. He walked one bat or two batters, and one of them was intentional. Like I said, he helped lead us. I mean, that entire bullpen did, but he helped lead us to that World Series. And then my post on Twitter, I stated that Cardinal fans everywhere are appreciative of his contributions to our favorite team, and prayers go out to his family. I mean, he'll be deeply missed, I'm sure, by his loved ones. And again, like I said, I'm very appreciative for his contribution in the 2011 World Series. It's a bright spot in the memory, me and my dad watching it. So, again, you know, I may not have known him, but he had an effect on my life. Final thing I want to say about Dotel is not only his contribution to the Cardinals, but to Major League Baseball. He played on 13 or 14. He played on 13 different teams. He was with Houston for 5, which was the longest he was with any team. But yeah, he had pitched for 13 different teams, and he had split evenly NL 9 years, AL 9 years. His career slash line, a 3.78 ERA, 951 innings pitched, ERA plus of 119, a 3.70 FIP, and almost 11 strikeouts per nine. He was a solid pitcher, and I'm sure the entire baseball world mourns his loss. Again, prayers to his family. Next thing I want to get into is an update for Ivan Herrera. So I had recorded my episode, before the news had broke about his knee having that bruise and him having to take actually 4 to 6 weeks off to heal it up. It's unfortunate. He was having an insane start to the season, highlighted by that 3 homer game. At this point in the season, he already had a half a WAR, but he had 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, 381 batting average, 458 on base percentage, and over 1,000 slugging with a 15.06 OPS. His OPS plus was 314, and his WRC plus was sitting at a 302 with 24 plate appearances. I mean, he was on fire, and it's a sad thing that he went down. Hopefully, he rests his knee up, comes back, and he starts smashing the ball again. Pozo got promoted, and we've already seen him contribute. So hopefully he can hopefully he can make the most of this opportunity and show the Cardinals and the fans why he deserves a spot on the roster. But take it with a grain of salt. He has had very good success in the minor leagues. So take it day by day, see what happens. But I'm waiting for Herrera to come back. Between Herrera, Paez, Crooks, there's another one that starts with a B. I think it's Bernal, something like that. And then the Pozo. I mean, they got a lot of good catchers, offensive catchers too. But yeah, whenever I initially saw Herrera go down, when his knee gave way, I thought it looked bad. All right, let's get into some of these games. Talk about Monday's game. Monday's game, Liberatore pitched, and I put out a slightly sarcastic tweet saying, "Is the Liberatore starter experiment over?" Just to clarify, I think giving Liberatore some room to start is the right call. I was just making a joke, but I don't think he should have a super long leash. He was very good out of the bullpen against lefties. And if he can't pitch to righties, which has already been a problem for him, then he can't be a starter. Mainly what you see are right-handed batters. Him coming out of the pen, being a lefty specialist, would work a lot better than what we're doing right now. So his slash line, 6 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. He didn't walk a guy, and he had 7 strikeouts. But that 5 earned runs on 8 hits hurt. So getting us started in the top of the first, Newbar and Contreras gets out, but Donnie hits a single, and Burleson gets out in the inning. Bottom of the first, Liberatore gets his first 2 guys out, but unfortunately gives up a home run to Joey Bart, but he gets Cruz a strikeout. Top of the second, Jordan Walker grounds out to Adam Frazier, who made a pretty good play. So JC hits a single. Pozo, in his first at bat as a Cardinal, grounds out. Siana gets a walk, but Wynn grounds into a force out. Bottom of the second, Liberatore gets into some trouble. Gives up a single to Pham. And then Andy Rodriguez hits a double that moves Tommy over to third. And then Kiner Falefa singles in both of those runs, making it 3-0. And then Ke'Bryan Hayes brings in Isaiah. He finally gets McCutcheon out to end that inning. Cardinals come up in the top of the third. 1, 2, 3. And they go down. Bottom of the third, Liberatore looks a little bit sharper. Gets 2. Gets a ground out, a fly out, and then a strikeout. Cardinals have Burleson and Walker strike out, and then they called safe call Well, on the field it was called out, but it was overturned, and Sajasi ended up being safe on a play at first. Pozo in his second at bat lines out. Bottom of the fourth, Liberatore kind of gets into trouble. He gives up a single to Andy Rodriguez, but then Falefa immediately grounds into a force out, and then Falefa then is caught stealing that ends that inning. Top of the fifth inning, we got a single from Ciani, but then the next two guys strike out. Contreras works a walk, and then Donovan comes through with the first score for the Cardinals in the game. And at this point, it is 4-1. I'm going to take this moment to talk about Donnie a little bit. So Donnie's having a pretty good season so far. He's got 12 games played, 53 plate appearances, so 48 at bats. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs, and those 10 RBIs lead the Cardinals. He has a 375 batting average, a 415 OBP, a 563 slugging, and a 978 OPS, with an OPS plus of 176. He has a WRC plus of 174, which I believe is within the top 10 or 15 of eligible players. His WOBA is a 423, and his BABIP is a 381, which is elite. It's considered elite. His strikeout percentage is quite insane. It's a 9%. So only 9% of the time he's striking out. So far, he's having a great season at age 28. All right, let's get back to the game. Bottom of the fifth inning, Liberatore gets 2 strikeouts, but McCutchen hits a single, but he gets the final out in the inning strikeout as well on Joey Bart. Top of the sixth inning, we get a pitching change. Harrington replaced Milodzinski. I cannot say his name. We call him Carmen. Harrington replaced Carmen. Harrington immediately gets Walker to strike out, Sajasi to ground out. But Pozo, the boy that we brought up, he hits a home run, makes it 4-2. So at this point, the Cardinals are working themselves back. They got a shot to come back in this game. It was only the top of the sixth inning, and they split the lead in 2. Bottom of the sixth, Cardinals don't get into too much trouble. 4 batters up because Canario reached on a fielding error. But other than that, they were pretty quiet. Pirates were for that inning. The Cardinals had an opportunity in the 7th. They could have pounced on them. But instead, Wilson Contreras grounded that double play that ended that inning. And bottom of the 7th is where Pittsburgh blows the game wide open. Falefa singles on a ground ball to Jordan Walker. Then he gets Frazier to strike out. And then Marmol makes a head-scratching decision here. He chooses to bring in Roycroft over Liberatore. Roycroft it's been very clear, has been searching for his command. He's been everywhere with his pitches. He couldn't even throw a strike on Wednesday, but we'll get into that. They bring in Roycroft for Liberatore, who walks Brian Hayes, gives up a double to McCutchen. Then Joey Bart hits a triple that scores McCutchen, making it 7-2. O'Neal Cruz hits a sac fly, making it 8-2. And he gives up another walk to Pham before Canario pops out to end the inning. Top of the 8th inning, Donovan hits a single. Burleson hits a single. but Jordan Walker grounds out. So JC flies out and Pozo flies out. Bottom of the eighth inning, King comes in for Roycroft and gets a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the ninth, Siani strikes out, but Wynn hits his first home run of the season, which he's definitely improved. He was pretty much, I mean, he's broken out of his slump, and he's been Mason Wynn has pretty much broken out of his slump, and he's been hitting the ball very well recently. But next to Cardinals strikeout, and it ends the game. Pirates win Monday's game 8-4. Tuesday's game, we saw Sonny Gray come out and pitch, and he pitched a great game. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, and that 1 earned run was on a home run. So this was the game against Paul Skeens, where pretty much everyone was expecting to get diced up by Skeens. But instead, the Cardinals hit him pretty well. Not in the first inning, though. It was a 1-2-3 first. The Cardinals returned the favor in the bottom of the first with a Sonny Gray 1-2-3 inning. Top of the second, again, Skeens shuts down the Cardinals game. Arnado, Burleson, and Walker all down. Bottom of the second, Sonny Gray allows a single, but he gets the next 2 out after getting the first out and gets out of the inning. Top of the third, Cardinals start to rally. Paez gets a single, Wynn gets a single, and then Victor Scott hits a triple. Contreras strikes out swinging, but Donovan comes through, hits a single, and scores Victor Scott, making it 3-0. Bottom of the third, Pirates come up and then go down. 1-2-3. Top of the fourth, basically same thing as Cardinals. They got a break though. There was a throwing error that allowed Paez to be safe. Bottom of the fourth, Reynolds hits a home run, but he gets the next 3 out. Top of the fifth, Cardinals come up. 1-2-3. Bottom of the fifth, Cardinals return the favor. 1-2-3 on the Pirates. Top of the sixth, Donovan hits a double, and Burleson comes through, driving him home, making it 4-1. And then Paez gets a ground out, making it 5-1. Bottom of the sixth inning, Steven Matz comes in for Sonny Gray. And I think a lot of that had to do with the cold weather. Matz gets a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the seventh, Victor Scott hits a double, and a wild pitch advances him over. But the Cardinals are unfortunately unable to score. Cruz got hit by a pitch and it looked ugly. Had a slight injury delay, but Brian Hayes comes up and grounds out. Joey Bart strikes out, and so does Pham. Top of the eighth, Cardinals go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the eighth, Pirates, same, go down 1-2-3. And top of the ninth, Cardinals go down again 1-2-3 after Meza replaced Sugart. In the bottom of the ninth inning, Romero replaced Leahy, and he struggles, gives up a single, and then a double, and then a Andrew McCutcheon ground out makes it 5-2. Brian Hayes strikes out, and but Joey Bart hits a double and makes it 5-3. Fortunately, the Cardinals were able to get Tommy Pham out, and they held on for the victory, 5-3. So the Cardinals are able to jump all over Skeens, which is very good to see. Typically, he's basically unhittable. I'll give him some credit here. I heard from Brendan Schaefer that the Cardinals actually. I heard from Brendan Schaefer that throughout as far back as you can go in Skeen's career, all the way to I think before high school, he's never given up 5 runs until today. Well, not today, but until Tuesday's game. He had 5 earned runs on 7 hits. Or sorry, 5 earned runs on 6 hits. All right, Wednesday was a little bit of a doozy. And so game starts out pretty great for the pitching side of things. Fetty pitches 6 innings and gives up no hits, no runs. He does walk 4, and all of them were the leadoff hitter, which was insane. But he worked out of it each and every time. And he had 2 strikeouts. Top of the first, didn't see much action, nor did the bottom of the first. Top of the second, Victor Scott gets a single and then steals second base for his 5th steal of the season. But Sajasi strikes out. Bottom of the second, Pirates go down 1-2-3. Top of the third, same thing with the Cardinals. Bottom of the third, gives up the leadoff walk to Pham, but gets a double play. Then ending. Top of the fourth, 1-2-3. Bottom of the fourth, gave up another walk, but gets another double play as well. Top of the fifth, Pajes and Scott both go down swinging, and Sajasi grounds out. Bottom of the fifth, another walk to start the inning, but he gets the next 3 outs. Again, Cardinals are quiet in the 6th inning, and that's the same for the Pirates in the bottom of the 6th. Nothing really happens. Top of the 7th, Burleson hits a double, but Paez can't make anything of it and strikes out. Bottom of the 7th is when Phil Maton replaced Fetty. McCutcheon gets struck out, but Maton hits Bart with a pitch. Hayes strikes out, but Indy Rodriguez gets a single, and Adam Frazier lines out. Top to 8th, Cardinals try to get something going. So JC hits a single. Mason Wynn walks, and that's when they brought in Ferguson that relieved Keller. Lars Newbar lined out, and then Contreras hits a single, but Sajasi was out at home and couldn't score there. Bottom of the 8th, Tommy Pham strikes out. Valdez lines out. Zawinski walks, but Reynolds ends it on a strikeout. Top of the 9th, Cardinals go out quiet. Bottom of the 9th, get 2 strikeouts by Fernandez. Hayes hits a single, but he gets Indy Rodriguez to pop out. Pajes hits a single that Pop Warner decides to send home, which I'm not going to lie. When that first happened, I had agreed with Pop Warner to send him home. But after watching it again and reevaluating, the Cardinals needed more than 1 run to win. It wasn't like the last time. Scott grounds out, and then Baker flies out. Bottom of the 10th, Pirates are quiet. Top of the 11th, same with the Cardinals. Bottom of the 11th, Joey Bart singles, but Newbar throws out Canario at home plate, saving the game. And then Hayes grounds out. Top of the 12th inning is where the Cardinals finally scored some. Walker hit a single that brought in Contreras. But of course, in the bottom of the 12th, Tommy Pham repaid that with a single of his own that brought in Brian Hayes and tied it up 1-1. Cardinals don't score in the top of the 13th. The Pirates score, winning it in extras in the bottom of the 13th, 2-1. There was quite a few Cardinal mistakes there that cost that game, and Roycroft got sent to the minors after his very shaky start. Anyway, this wraps up episode 9 of the Chirpin Birds podcast. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share the video. Other than that, peace out.